very first time we're presenting this 14-inch FHD laptop Intel Core i3 computer at a price of $589.98. That's a big deal price. We're also offering free shipping and handling, which is another $15 off. This offer is $199 less than what you would pay for this computer at our QVC retail price. We're offering 3 colors. Of course, they're all going to work the same, but we know you love fashion with all of your computers. So we are offering it in the Blue Moon. We have it in the Frosted Mint. And then we also, this just in, have it in the Warm Slate. This is E324849. First day at this big deal price. Want to introduce Jamie Hess, who is one of our lifestyle experts that brings to us the computer today. Welcome in. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you so much.
And here's the deal. Most of us are at that point where we're like, okay, I'm looking at my tech, and we do everything on our computers.
Everything.
If your computer is slow, if your computer has been around for more than 5 years, chances are it's a little outdated.
Right.
This is the 12th generation Intel i3 processor that's in this computer. Start with a brief introduction of the brand, because I know a lot of us, if you go into the big box electronics stores, you're seeing this brand for everything in electronics categories, televisions, and so on.
That's right.
Who is VAIO?
Who is VAIO? So you may remember my husband and I were joking back in the 90s when we both worked in New York City offices. If you had a VAIO computer, you were like it. VAIO used to be owned by Sony. They spun out on their own. They really came to life as this beautiful Japanese brand. When you think Japanese companies, especially in, electronics, you think precision, you think prestige, best in class, and that's what VAIO brings to the market.
Love it. All right. So let's go through some of the features, and then we'll jump into some of the fun things that you can do with it. Again, like I said, all of us and most of our lives are wrapped around our technology, from small businesses to, entertainment, to all of the things that you need for school and processing all of our lives. It's done in the computer. So here are some of the things that you need to know about this one.
Absolutely. So right now we're looking at the screen. That's a 14-inch full high definition screen. Also privacy. I know a lot of people are really worried about privacy these days. There's a little privacy shutter over the camera. Of course, you have those multiple ports, and this computer has more than most, and I'll tell you a little more about that in a couple of minutes. Okay. I love the beveled edge and the backlit keyboard. It gives you this really premium feel. I swear, when we took this out of the box, my sons were sitting with me. I have a 5-year-old and a 9-year-old, and it felt like a piece of jewelry with this gorgeous beveled edge. The color choices, I want to say also, they're exclusive to QVC. We actually designed them together with QVC because we know we like a little fashion in our computers, and who doesn't? But it's really also what's on the inside. And I want to tell you a little bit about the guts of the computer, but I don't want you to change the channel. Don't think this is going to be boring. You know why? I have a kitchen analogy for you. There's a kitchen day. I'm going to give you a little kitchen analogy. So imagine you've just bought a whole bunch of food, fresh produce, whatever. You got to get it home. You got to keep it fresh. You want to put it not in like a silly little mini fridge. You want to put it in a nice, big, beautiful refrigerator with a freezer. That's your 512 gigabytes of solid state drive storage. And solid state drive, by the way, is better than the old hard drive. It's just faster. It uses something called flash memory, so it's better. Then you want to have some place to prepare it. You don't want a silly little butcher's block. You want that 8 gigabytes of RAM. That's going to let it run fast and do everything that you need it to do. But then I don't want to cook myself. I want a sous chef. So that's that Intel Core processor that makes everything run fast and with precision.
Well, and we're offering this again at a price of $199 off the regular QVC price. It's super lightweight. Yes. It's a good size. This is a 14-inch diagonal screen with really great resolution, like you said. So really, you're able to take this with you wherever you want to go. And at under $600, it might be the update for the child who's getting ready to graduate from high school and go to college, or from middle school into high school, where so many of their reports and those kind of things are done on your computer. And if you want a computer that will grow with you, this is a good choice for you. So once again, it has the backlit full QWERTY keyboard with the numbers across the top, the trackpad, of course, so that again you can use this and operate it without the use of a mouse. Of course, you also are going to receive the power cord. I don't think we have one.
It's right there.
There
right
it is.
There in the front.
We do have one here. So you get the power cord.
USB-C.
Yeah, along with this as well. And again, from streaming your favorite videos, like what we're looking at, this is part of Sean's Over 50 and Fabulous podcast, to doing your business information. Maybe the taxes are due and you're working on those reports, just for your Copilot in the kitchen. This could be where the recipes are stored, and photos and family memories. All of those things can be done in this computer, and it doesn't have to cost you over $1,000.
That's right. And I'll go back to this for a second. When we see this beautiful view, right? So we're watching obviously QVC2. A lot of people, Jane, don't even have televisions in their bedroom anymore because we have these beautiful screens. We have the two front-facing THX spatial speakers. So this is where I watch movies. This is where I do all of my streaming. But then, okay, time to get back to business. You press your little Microsoft icon here and everything comes up. So it's going to come with the Microsoft suite. So you get things like Word, which is of course the gold standard in kind of creating Word documents, things like Excel. So it's tax season, right? A lot of us are doing our taxes ourselves and taking care of that. Things like PowerPoint that allow you to make beautiful presentations, or maybe again, you have a college student in the house. Edge, that's where you're going to go over to the internet. You can check things out over on the internet. But I also want to show you a couple of the features that are right here native to the computer. So I'm going to stand back and maybe we can get this shot over my shoulder. So this is the 2 megapixel camera. So we can see this is a really good camera. Are we able to see this shot? So here's a really cool thing. So Jane, if you can reach on the top, there's a little privacy shutter over where the camera is, and you physically can move it. So you do right here, ready? I'm going to click it. Boop. Now, nobody's looking in on my camera. Because I know a lot of us have those privacy concerns. If you click it back over, now you can see me again. I like that because you know what, Jane? How many times have we finished a Zoom meeting or something like that and you forget maybe to log off, or we're just worried about hackers.
And you stand up and everybody can see you were wearing your pajamas.
You know what I'm saying? Or you're making the eggs for the kids, and
We
like
saw that.
everyone does not need to see that.
We saw that.
I like the idea of when it's not in use, shutting it off. And also, I'm sorry, for other privacy concerns, I want to mention also, right here, a fingerprint scanner. That's a big deal. It means you don't always have to remember your password. I mean, this is just about the latest and greatest. This is about precision, portability, and really getting all the bells and whistles. And we can talk a little bit about what you can do once you get in here. You know, you might have heard about AI. And you're like, I don't know, I've heard about it. Like, I don't really know how would I even use it? A lot of people think that, right? So let's talk, we could talk for a minute about Microsoft Copilot. Copilot is where you would go to do all sorts of things. And this comes in the computer. So you see, I open it up, it just says, hey, Copilot here, what's on your mind today? So say I wanted to say, help me plan a trip to Paris, but maybe I want to be more specific. How about with kids, including restaurants and tourist sites? Okay, now in about a fraction of a second, this just brought up it says, Paris is a fantastic destination for families. Here's a plan to make your trip memorable. It gave me 4 kid-friendly restaurants. It gave me kid-friendly tourist sites, traveling with kids, and then it asks, hey, do you want an itinerary for each day? Do you want some specific fun activities? Jane, in yesteryear, okay, that would have taken me about 3 hours of probably poorly done research. This is a time saver. So we're seeing here a little bit more about Copilot. It is literally magic, okay? So we're talking about Copilot for Windows. Of course, Windows 11 is the operating system here. It couldn't be easier. You can tell it what to do. You literally say, hey, play something to help me focus, and it'll pull up the right kind of music. You don't have to go search it out. You can ask it to generate images. You can ask it to do all sorts of things. Organize your windows, make your desktop a little better, or do something inside the computer. You can also ask it to do things like, you know, create a flyer for my upcoming event and give it the information. I used to spend hours in design programs trying to figure that all out. Copilot helps you create.
Well, it is just that. Your Copilot, it is your personal assistant at your fingertips. And again, now with AI technology, it's so great to be able to use that technology to kind of answer some questions that do take typically a long time and a lot of Google searching to do. It kind of hones in on it to keep it simple. So how do you use your computer right now? If you're someone who uses it for work and uses it for calls or uses it to Skype back and forth with family and friends, check, you've got the ability to do that. How about someone who spends a lot of time, you know, making charts and graphs. Maybe it's for your own home budget, or maybe it's something that you have to do for work. Then this is going to be the computer to allow you to do it. A lightweight computer that you can take with you everywhere, inside, outside, while you're traveling. And not have to worry also about, spending over $1,000 on something that, oh my gosh, what happens if somebody steals it, or what happens if, I drop it. This is a really great price point for an Intel 12th generation computer. And once again, you're talking about a brand who has been around for a long time. You're seeing this brand everywhere. They've been around for, 40 some years, and they continue to evolve their collection to really bring you the best components at the best price. So your color choices will be this warm slate, which is kind of a taupey brown color. We have the frosted mint.
I love that.
And then we also have the blue moon. So your case covers are all, again, going to be just the fashion that you want, and helps to kind of identify and makes it more personal for you. But most importantly, you're saving $199 actually off the regular QVC price, which is $789, and you're getting this home with free shipping and handling. Also, if you get this home and feel like this is maybe not the computer for you, you can send it back. There's no restocking fee when you purchase your electronics here at QVC. So definitely take advantage of that. For shopping, of course, there's nothing better for, connecting with family and friends. Of course, there's nothing better. So you really are getting a really great personal assistant that you can take with you wherever you go with this VAIO computer.
That's right. And I also want to say this. Okay, first of all, 3.5 pounds. It is like so light. It's incredible. But it has an aluminum chassis. And I want to say that this is the updated metal that people are using because of the durability, because of the heat dispensation. The old computers that had the hard drive and all of the problems with the heat, it would be sitting on your lap and it would feel like a volcano. And you're like, oh my gosh. And then it starts running slower. It starts making sounds. It sounds like it's going to take you up to outer space like a rocket ship. That means it's straining. You're not going to get that with the aluminum chassis. I also want to say this. This runs Windows 11. Now, that is the updated version of Windows. 900 million people, Jane, need to update to Windows 11. In October of this year, Windows 10 is going away, and Microsoft support will no longer help you if you have Windows 10. Now, that sounds mean, but they only want to make sure you have the highest security and all of the good things that you need to make sure your computer runs fast and safe.
And there's no additional charge.
There's no additional charge, but you may not even realize your computer is running the old version of Windows, but you need to update. According to Forbes, 900 million people need to update. That also means you don't need additional antivirus software, because this does come Windows 11 with Microsoft Defender.
It's lightweight. It has a solid state hard drive, which also helps it to run cooler, so you don't have to worry about that. And again, it's everything that you want at a great price of under $600. So we encourage you to go ahead and place your order for it now. Put it in your cart and check out so that it's yours. It's not yours until you do that. It's a 14-inch laptop with an Intel, the 12th generation Intel i3 processor. You get 8 gigabytes of RAM and 512 gigabytes of the solid state hard drive, all of that with a cord for $589.98. But the best part about shopping at QVC is if you use a credit card, you can get this computer home in 7 to 10 days and only pay $120 for it. So $118.90 on $118 on your credit card will get this home right away to you, and then you can use it, try it, love it. If you don't, send it back. If not, keep it and get your stuff done. Get all your work done.
You got it.
Thank you so much for bringing it.
Shane.
This is the launch of the big deal. Price goes up at the end of the month, I believe. Oh, wait. First day at this price, the 26th, I think, is... No, today's the 26th. Wait a minute. When does it expire? I don't know. Never mind. E3